Princess Favor. You're watching us here at MarazanTv. We're live here at Temple Gate Polytechnic, still on the Mass Communication Week. Today is the grand finale of the event. I want to thank the HOD of the department in the person of Mrs. Evelyn Ojako for her effort in making sure that the program is a success. We also have our guests here from Covenant Polytechnic and Abia State Polytechnic who are seated here to make sure that the event is a success. Are you looking for admission to a private polytechnic? Temple Gate Polytechnic is here for you, a private polytechnic in the southeast. Temple Gate Polytechnics have departments like the engineering technology, industrial and applied science technology, hospitality and related technology, communication arts. We also have business management and technology. Here at Temple Gate Polytechnic, we are exposed to a lot of opportunities and a lot of adventures. Rush right now for your form at Eastgate Microfinance Bank, and the registration form is just 6,000 naira. The event is going well, and as usual, we have our guests who are seated here as event, and also today also we'll be having an award night. And also want to thank everyone who is seated here comfortably and making sure that the program is a success. Watching out to Temple Gate Polytechnic for your admission form.
Democratic nation is here to see working effective in Nigeria. What are these things? The rule of law, which is the supremacy of the Constitution, free and fair elections, and the quality of everybody before the law, and many other things that make for a democratic nation. Checks and balance, accountability, separation of power, and all these things, they are not working in Nigeria. So, assessing democracy in Nigeria, we are still far back as far as democracy is concerned. I think what we are practicing in Nigeria is what is known as quasi-democracy. Thank you.
Say something from enlightenment.
The electoral process for citizens to choose their leaders properly, for which I know we are not practicing such in Nigeria. The ability for citizens to choose their leaders is overruled in Nigeria. Thank you.
Wow, this is very interesting. Okay, moving forward to the second question. What are the problems affecting democracy in Nigeria?
We have is for us to reform our democratic settings. The powers before the ruling class is becoming too enormous, and there is no way we can have all of these powers with the president, and we expect that we are going to have governance. For instance, we have the ruling class of 20%. We have public, the police, the army, INEC, judiciary, and the others, 20%. We have those persons that do not believe in democracy, those that believe that democracy is a scam, 30%. And we have the true Democrats, 20%. If you have the total between the ruling class, the police and the others, we have 70% and 30% only Democrats. How can we be able to achieve that? How can we have good governance when we have only persons who have the interest at mind, have the interest of the people, just 30%? Look at how it plays out. The police, the INEC, and the judiciary are all working for the president. A case study in 2015 where Jiga called President Goodluck Jonathan about the reports concerning the issues at hand. President Goodluck told him to announce the results immediately. That's to show that there is a connection between the INEC chairman and the president. Secondly, let's talk about the judiciary. There has never been a democratically elected president that fails in the courts, and even the military. What is their role in elections? In the past election, 2023, we saw videos, training videos of how the police aided talks to cut away with the ballot papers. We also saw in the videos when police.
Yes. Exactly, giving vivid facts on those. Please, Master Lazarus, what are the problems affecting democracy?
Well, it's affecting democracy. But personally, I'll sum all of them up to one. And this one is corruption. This is the main problem we have in this country. Politicians who should be the custodian of the constitution of the Nigeria end up getting their way to the office by any means available to them. One of the principles of democracy is free and fair election. But what we have today in Nigeria is election or selection of the highest bidder. There's never a time in Nigeria that we have ever had free and fair election. Just look at the past one, the recent one, the 2023 general election. So, corruption has played a critical role in killing Nigerian democracy. Look at our judiciary. Before now, we used to say judiciary is the last hope of the common man, but today it's no longer so. So, the judiciary who's supposed to protect the law, they are the ones that take bribe and give judgments as they like. So I think the major problem is corruption in this country. Thank you.
Well, because of so much time, I would love to go to the third question. What are the problems and way forward? Please. Problem.
The way forward towards democracy in Nigeria. Like somebody that is vying for a political seat in a country like Nigeria, your idiosyncrasy must be optimistic in nation. What do I mean by that? You must not be self-centered. You must have a good plan for your people. And that is why I love making reference to Plato, one of the Western philosophers. In his terms, in his ideal state, he has three ideal states, where he listed the producers, the warriors, and the philosopher kings. So according to him, the producers are those people that produces the food that we eat, the farmers, the craftsmanship, the business people, and lots more. Then talking about the warriors, they are the policemen, the soldiers, those people that protect the societies. Then come to the philosopher kings. According to him, he says that these are the people that have gone to school, they study philosophy, they know what life is all about, they have studied the things about the implications of life, they know what politics is all about. Then they are the ones that will then lead the state. Talking about our P2B, he's a philosopher, and he knows what it takes to be a leader.
Sure.
So that is why Plato says that the punishment of somebody or the people that refuse to participate in the politics is being ruled by the inferior. And that is what we are passing through in Nigeria these days.
That's nice. I guess we have lots of philosophers in mass communication department. Okay, Miss Goodness, please tell us the possible way forward.
The way forward for this problem, these challenges we are having about democracy, is this our governance. Because the central government and its states are no longer, they have abandoned their manifestos. They are no longer working on their plans. They're not even, the promises are not being kept. They will make promises during their election, when they are contesting for election, they will make manifestos, I will do this, I will do that. At the end of the day, they will end up doing nothing about their promises. So they should stop being self-centered. They should be considerate, like they should consider the affairs of the citizens before entering that seat. Thank you.
Master Moses, I think he has something to say on that.
The only way forward is democratic reforms. All African leaders have to come together and review democracy. There is no way a president will be in the seat, his name will be in the ballot papers, and he expect him to fail. There is no way. He has the police, he has the INEC, he has the judiciary. In case study of the past election, and if he must move forward, he must ensure that there is a reform of our democracy. Thank you.
The way forward is simple. Let the country or the country rulers try as much as possible to implement all the principles of democracy, which include the supremacy of the constitution, equality of everybody before the law, independence of the judiciary, and many other principles of democracy. When these are implemented, it will not only help us to practice what is called true democracy. Thank you.
Although we believe that most of our leaders are being selfish and self-centered, but once they implement these things that they have listed, I believe that Nigeria is going to be a better place tomorrow. Okay, in summary, what do people have to say concerning the words you've said?
Well, my final word is that, as I said before, we are here to get it right, but I believe that one day we'll be there. Thank you.
Personally, I believe we'll get it right when we put all of these practices into action.
Without being educated and wise, all these things will be of no use to us, because Nigeria, as we have seen, is no man's land. People, the politicians, they do things to their own self, how it will favor them at the expense of another. So I think if our leaders are educated and wise, like the philosopher kings, I think the state will be well. Thank you.
Actually, to the contribution of what you have said, I think if the politicians, our so-called leaders, put to stop self-centeredness and be considerate, consider the affairs of the citizen, I think this country will be a better. Thank you.
Is there a today's talk?
Thank you for watching MarazanTv. Please like, share, subscribe. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, YouTube, and many more. Thank you.